Despite being a tiny mouse, she is determined to follow the steps of her favorite hero and go on big adventures. However, with her overprotective father and unfavorable circumstances, the poor mouse has to struggle a lot to fulfill her dreams. This is Patty, a cute little female mouse. As far as she remembers, Patty always wanted to be a hero. She has read the adventure books of heroes like Ulysses and Hercules dozens of times, but her favorite is the best of them all. It's Jason. Years ago, he went on an incredible quest. He sailed the seas with his faithful crew, the Argonauts, and together they faced many dangers in hostile lands. Jason had countless exciting adventures in wild storms, battling horrible monsters, and he brought to his city Yolcos the most precious gift of the heavens, the Golden Fleece. It is a wondrous talisman that gets its powers from Lord Zeus himself. It can prevent bad storms, major calamities, and even wars. The Golden Fleece has brought harmony even among the animals. That's why Patty's adoptive father is a cat named Sam. Though Sam loves Patty a lot, their interests are different. He doesn't like traveling and adventures and prefers calming hobbies like poetry and theater. But Patty understands her dad because she believes everyone has the right to choose their dream. Just like Patty's friend Luigi wants to become a ninja. But Patty has the wildest dream. She wants to be like Jason and get a crew together to set off on the greatest adventures the world has ever known. But she forgot that she is just a little mouse. Patty's daily routine includes getting up early and going to school, but she and Luigi often get distracted in the class. They prefer witnessing the rats stealing food from the market. These rats are professionals led by an experienced boss. He keeps an eye on the surroundings and guides the team in stealing food without getting caught. The teacher scolds Patty and Luigi and advises them to focus in class. When the teacher asks about Jason, Patty immediately raises her hand and answers with every tiniest detail. She can't gather her emotions while talking about her hero and often keeps babbling for hours. All the students make fun of her, which worries the teacher. Later, when their parents come to pick up their kids, the teacher stops Sam to talk about Patty's obsession. Patty was waiting for her dad when another classmate started mocking her dreams again. Patty gets so triggered that she decides to start her quest right now. Without a second thought, she rushes towards the sea, takes 2 radishes as her crew, and jumps in the ship. Unfortunately, she loses her balance and falls in the sea. Sam notices her and immediately brings her out of the water. Afterward, he takes her home to have a serious talk. He scolds Patty for being reckless and advises her to accept the fact that a hero is a big, strong human, not a tiny mouse. Patty can only pretend to go on adventures, and Sam is willing to create a fake ship and sea at home. He loves Patty, but the real adventures are too dangerous. Patty understands her father's concern and promises to never behave recklessly again. Several years pass away and Patty is an adult now. She apparently calls her childhood dreams stupid, but deep in her heart, she still yearns for adventures. Sam has been creating fake adventures for her daughter and collected a bunch of props. Now he wants to use them to open a theater. Once they start their own business, Patty can quit her boring accounting job. Suddenly, Luigi arrives to ask Patty about the upcoming ceremony. The mayor is going to unveil the new greatest statue of the city. Moreover, Jason will be at the ceremony to give a speech. Luigi also brought a lottery ticket for Patty. The winner will get a trip to see the Great Library in Alexandria. Sam gets really worried to hear that. He can never let her daughter travel so far. He just wishes that Patty loses this lottery again like all the previous years. Before joining the ceremony, Patty has to stop at her workplace to submit some documents, so she requests Sam to keep a good seat for her. Sam reaches the venue and joins the lottery announcement. His jaw drops after seeing that Patty has finally won the lottery. It's a miracle, but Sam decides to hide it from Patty to keep her safe. After a while, Patty arrives and eagerly hears Jason's speed. The great hero has grown really old. He can't even stay awake for long and hardly walks to the stage. Despite this, he still manages to give a nice speech. He reminds everyone of the adventure that took place 80 years ago, and Jason brought the golden fleece that has given them Zeus's protection. To show gratitude to Zeus, the city has built a magnificent statue of Zeus. It's so beautiful that even Zeus himself loves it. He shows it to everyone in the heavens and brags about his greatness. However, his brother Poseidon doesn't like it at all. He is the one who created the sea on which Jason set out on adventures, but no one bothered to thank Poseidon. He gets enraged with jealousy and decides to teach the humans a memorable lesson. Meanwhile, Patty is still at the ceremony waiting for the announcement of the lottery winner. Sam takes her ticket to check the result. But after exchanging it for the prize ticket to Alexandria, Sam swallows the ticket and lies to Patty that she lost again. Suddenly, the earth starts to shake and a huge hole is created in the sea. Afterwards, Poseidon emerges from it and threatens the humans. He takes away the golden fleece and gives the city 7 days to build a statue for him as well. Otherwise, he will bring a cataclysmic event that will wipe this city off the map. To build the Poseidon statue, a trident is needed, but Jason can't recall where to find one. However, Patty knows about it. She loves reading books and found something relevant in the library. She grabs a map and gathers all his friends to show it. This is a map to Trinactos, a place full of treasures. It will definitely have a trident. The animals doubt Patty's predictions, but an experienced seagull named Yolcos confirms the validity of the map. He has seen Trinactos with his own eyes. It is bordered by high cliffs that spew lava into the sky, and the forests are full of deadly scorpions and even cyclops. Despite these dangers, Yolcos is ready for the adventure because he trusts the skills of the great hero Jason. They only need to take this map to him. This task is given to Sam, who secretly leaves the map near Jason. He orders his people to focus on building the statue while he is responsible for bringing the trident. Jason grabs the map left by Sam and announces that he will be leaving for Trinactos today. He calls for his crew, the Argonauts, but unfortunately all of them have died. Hearing this, Patty rushes to the museum and brings a tooth of the dragon of Cadmos. It has the power to give life to an army of warriors. It works, and the Argonauts rise from their graves. However, they are not in their best form. Jason is also too old to sail the boat. When Yolcos asks the crowd if anyone knows how to sail the ship, someone mentions that Patty has read the manuals dozens of times. Yolcos is delighted to hear that and immediately brings her on board. Sam follows her too, and they all depart towards the island. Sam begs Patty to abandon this mission. They will never make it in a rusty ship driven by an old man. However, Patty fully trusts Jason, and she is determined to complete this mission. After getting a little far, they encounter a deadly storm. It's not a natural disaster, but a calamity sent by Zeus. He doesn't want the citizens to build a statue for Poseidon. That's why he is trying to stop Jason. He even sends a kraken to destroy the ship. Though it is just a baby kraken, it is still a giant and starts playing with the ship. Jason and Argonauts attack the monster, but the best they could do is make the kraken sneeze. Sam gets really scared and remembers how difficult it was to calm down Patty when she was a baby. This gives Patty a great idea. She tears the sail to use it as a blanket and requests Sam to sing a lullaby in the kraken's ears. Luckily, this works and the kraken goes to sleep. After this incident, Sam gets more frustrated and tells Patty to get out of this ship as soon as possible, even if they have to land on any random island. Suddenly, Sam feels nauseated and vomits on Yolcos. He also spits out the ticket to Alexandria he swallowed earlier. Patty realizes that Sam lied about the lottery and didn't let her follow her dreams. She just wanted to visit a library. It wasn't that big of a deal. Sam tries to explain that he just wanted to protect her, but Patty is not in the mood of listening to anyone. She quietly sails to the nearest island so the ship can be repaired. Once it's done, Patty forces Sam to leave the ship as he always wanted to. He's a selfish and cowardly cat whom Patty doesn't want to see ever again. Saying this, Patty continues the mission with Jason while Sam is left behind on the island. As the night sets in, the ship finally arrives at the Trinactos island, but gets welcomed by a huge robot that is throwing stones at the visitors. Patty wasn't prepared for this, so she prefers to take shelter in a nearby cave. She waits for the robot to leave and observes the surroundings. Afterwards, she wakes up Jason and Argonauts so they can look for the treasure. Meanwhile, Sam is wandering alone on the strange island. He tries to move on but can't forget Patty. She was just a little baby when he adopted her, and since then she became the purpose of Sam's life. Though she has chosen this adventure by herself, Sam can't leave her alone in danger. He starts looking around for a ride to Trinactos and runs into a group of rats. He tells them about Patty and calls her the only family he has. After hearing the word family, the rats immediately agree to help and ask their dolphin friend to take Sam to the Trinactos island. Jason uses the map to locate the treasure but finds nothing but bare land. Maybe Sam was right, there isn't any treasure. Patty also gets confused to see this, but before she can figure out anything, a group of Cyclops attack Jason and his crew and kidnap them for dinner. These Cyclops are only active during the night because sunlight can turn their skin into bark. All the trees on these islands were Cyclops once. Patty runs after the Cyclops to rescue Jason while Sam has reached the island too. He notices the ship and starts looking around it to find Patty. He notices two mice siblings and asks for their help. They have been living on this island for a long time and befriended the giant scorpions living here. The scorpions are quite friendly and immediately agree, but when they hear about the treasure map, their facial expressions change. This island holds a big secret that no one is aware of. But first, they must hurry as the Cyclops are already preparing to eat Jason and Argonauts for dinner. Patty and Yolcos secretly get inside the Cyclops place and look around at the weird collection and machinery. The Cyclops aren't just a bunch of stupid monsters. They know robotics, and also built the robot that was guarding the island. After walking a little further, Patty finds a machine that is continuously making maps and shooting them out of the island. These are the exact copies of the map Patty found. There wasn't any treasure at all. The Cyclops make and send these maps to attract visitors. Once they get here, the Cyclops kill them to eat. Hundreds of ships became victims of this dirty trick. Patty starts crying and blames herself for putting the whole city in danger. Poor Jason will be eaten by the Cyclops while the rest of the citizens will be doomed by Poseidon. The innocent people have no idea what is going on with their hero. They are continuously working on the statue and even the animals are helping them. Patty has no time to sob as another monster is right after him. It's a two-headed dragon. Patty teams up with Yolcos and attacks the dragon, but he's like a hydra. If one head is cut off, two more grow in its place. Sam reaches there too out of nowhere and asks Patty to run away. She and Yolcos are saved, but Sam gets caught by the Cyclops. As the sun is about to rise, all the Cyclops rush to bed and put Sam in a cage. The mice siblings feel sorry for Sam and put all the blame on Patty. She is the selfish one who left a loving cat like Sam over a small matter. Patty feels really ashamed of herself and decides to apologize to Sam. She gets inside the Cyclops room and tells Sam how much she is regretting her behavior. Sam forgives her immediately and accepts his own mistakes as well. He always knew that Patty was never meant to live a normal life, but he kept lying to himself to stay close to her. Unintentionally, he was trapping Patty in a cage. Sam asks her to leave him to get punished in the cage. But Patty can't do that. Her eyes fill with tears as she remembers how much Sam always cared for him. She wants to complete this quest, but also wants Sam beside her. After unlocking the cage, they get back to their friends and plan their next strategy. They can't give up so easily. Even Jason and Argonauts haven't given up despite their poor condition. They must work in a team, and the best leader for them will be Patty. She declares two goals. Firstly, they have to make a trident, and secondly, they need to get out of this island safely. She fixes Yolcos' wings and sends him with the mice to catch the robot. Meanwhile, Sam and the Scorpions help Patty in defeating the dragon so they can enter the factory. The Scorpions follow Patty's strategy and keep cutting off Dragon's heads until his whole body gets covered in heads. Afterward, they get inside the factory and use the Cyclops treasure to build a magnificent trident. Now they must wait for Yolcos to bring the robot. He has already gotten inside the robot control system, but he can't figure out how to command the robot. Luckily, the clever mice are with him. They notice the drawing boards and conclude that the robot does whatever move is drawn on the board. Before going back to Patty, the mice want to play with the robot for a while and Yolcos can't say no to their cuteness. After a while, the sun sets in and the Cyclops wake up. Patty destroys their factory and runs away with her friends. The Cyclops follow her in full speed while there's no sign of Yolcos and the robot. The Scorpions can't run anymore and decide to fight back to defend Patty and Sam. Yolcos finally realizes that he has wasted too much time playing around, so he immediately rushes to save his friends. He uses the robot to crush down the Cyclops and proceeds towards their ship. One of the Cyclops sneaks after them and starts destroying their ship. Patty has a solution for that as well. She tells the Scorpions to throw metallic shields at different spots, and she uses them to shine the sunlight on the Cyclop. The monster immediately turns into a harmless tree. The animals put the trident nearby and hide in the ship. Jason and Argonauts reach there and get delighted to see the trident. They load it on the ship and start their journey towards home. Unfortunately, the wind is not in their favor. With the current speed, they will never reach in time. Poseidon has already arrived at the city and he's waiting for Jason to return with the trident. Meanwhile, Zeus is witnessing this whole incident and teasing his brother. But his wife advises him to take pity on the poor humans. Zeus agrees and sends a wind to speed up Jason's ship. They arrive in time and put the trident on the statue. Poseidon loves it and returns the golden fleece to the city. Once he leaves, the citizens welcome Jason and Argonauts with great pride and admire them for carrying out the mission impossible. Little do they know, their actual savior is a tiny mouse named Patty. Her intelligence and bravery saved everyone. Luckily, Chicos witnessed the whole journey, and he tells all the animals about the great achievements of Patty. She finally proved herself and fulfilled her dream of gathering a crew and completing dangerous quests. After a few days, Sam also fulfills his dream of opening a theater, and his first play depicts the marvelous story of Patty and the Trident. Overprotecting your kids and doubting their abilities will not save them from danger, but it will surely kill their dreams and never let them become as great as they could be.